What is building positively with BPG? Well, if you are curious about that, then join me in this video. What's going on, everyone? I'm BPG and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, I make at least 2 Marvel Strike Force videos every single week, usually based around the events in game, but sometimes I get to add videos just like this one here. So if you find the content in this video helpful, please do consider giving it a like, subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you don't miss when I upload any new videos. And if you're new around here or not, please do leave a comment down below. So what is building positively with BPG? Well, it is our gold and resource income review and also my character building strategy for the month ahead. So what do we need to know to build positively? Well, we need to know our resources in real time, not just our monthly gold income, but our resources in real time. We also need to know what the free-to-play character release schedule is. And the reason why I say the free-to-play character release schedule is because that is what I do. I am a free-to-play player. What can we do once we know this information? We can come up with a strategy of how we are going to build characters to make the most of our resources. And who is this for? Well, me, myself, I am a mid to end game player. So it is mostly built based on those types of players. However, this strategy will work for every single player going. So it isn't just for endgame players, but it is who I base this strategy around. So should we take a look at our gold income and a bit of a recap on the gold income? Our April income was 161 million gold, which gave us about 5 million to spend per day. Our gold income in May was 178 million gold, but there was an extra day in May, so it didn't really move the needle in how much gold we were able to spend. The big jump was June. We came in with nearly 240 million gold, and with 30 days in June, that gave us nearly 8 million gold available to spend daily. What did July look like? Well, July was an absolutely hoofing month. We came in with 264 million gold. That is right, 264 million gold. Now, there were some things that happened last month that might not happen every single month. Firstly was the 4.5 million that we got from the Cosmic Crucible tournament codes. Now, want to thank Scopely for those. That is a really good initiative. The Cosmic Crucible tournament between the envoys and giving out some codes for that is really, really good. We also had 2 runs of Pocket Dimension, which gave a load of gold, and we also had 5 million gold as a free gift code. So all of those things came in there. I also opened a load of gold orbs that I had because I was thinking about saving them, but I thought, no, I really need to keep this going and keep this real time. So I opened all the gold, which is why there's that big splurge there on the 14th of 28 million gold coming into my account. Now, I'm not the first content creator to do this. We have Rage Gaming. A big shout out to Rage. He is an amazing content creator and does amazing content for free-to-play players like myself. And his July video is available now. The most insane gold update in MSF history, and I would have to agree with him there. He has also started semi-tracking his training modules as well, just like I do. And you will see here that we are not far apart where gold is concerned. Now, the reason why I also include Rage is you can see that his gold is slightly below mine. That can all just be down to RNG of what you open in the gold orbs, where you are. You know, you might be doing Dark Dimensions at the minute. I know we both are, but you know, I might have hit a mega gold orb that's given me a decent payout, whereas he might have hit a mega gold orb that didn't give him such quite a decent payout. So That is why I also include Rage's details here, and his links to his channel will be in the description down below, along with a link to this July Insane Gold update video. Training module income. So this is a massive thank you to the community for asking me to do this. And again, any of these charts, if you want them, I will make them available to you guys so you could do this yourself. It does take a little bit of time, but I find this is very good for me visually. And in June, from the 10th of June, we had 73 million gold worth of training materials come into the account. What did July look like? Now, I haven't got the big table for July, unfortunately, because it is a bit big to include at a reasonable level for you guys to see. The training materials free to play that we got come into the account last month in July was 170 million gold worth of training materials. That is an amazing amount of training materials coming in. Now, just so you guys are aware, to level a new character from level 1 to level 100 in training modules alone costs you 23.4 million gold. So that would mean, with those maths, we could level 7 characters from level 1 to level 100 in an entire month, just with that 170 million gold worth of training materials coming in. And we wouldn't be dipping into any of our reserves that we already had. And another thing I am tracking now is T4s. And again, to give you some context, the alliance that I am in is doing Spotlight 1.2 at 70%. So we get roughly 50-ish, a little bit more sometimes, of T4 ability materials daily. You'll see here that the income's there. I have had a couple of first time rewards. That is my last first time rewards I will be getting until any new raids come out. Unfortunately, all the first time rewards I have now cleared, so I won't be getting any big boosts now. But we got 4,651 T4s come into my account last month in July. And to break that down, the basic cost of a T4 is 180. The special costs 220. An ultimate ability will cost you 240, and a passive ability will cost you 200. So if you wanted to do all 4 of those, that will cost you 840 T4s. So how many total characters could I T4 in July? We are looking at 5 whole characters. Now, these numbers are important. 7 full characters and 5 characters. 7 full characters worth of training materials and 5 full characters that we could T4 in July. And why is that important? Because we're now going to come and take a look at the free-to-play character releases. I keep a schedule. Again, this table is available to everyone. I'll leave a link to it in the description down below. But as you can see here, where we left off in last month's video, we knew Sasquatch was coming on the 4th of July, roughly. That was basically when we would unlock him free to play. So that is our first character in July, is Sasquatch. Other than that, we had a rework to Mr. Fantastic, Black Bolt, Iron Man and Black Panther Shuri. So that gives us 5 characters. So those 5 characters, we could have very easily T4'd all the abilities on those characters. Not that you would want to, but we could have very easily done so. Hank Pym was made available by Power Core Orbs and offers in July. So technically we could have said we had 6 characters in July, and if you were lucky enough to get Hank Pym or spent enough money to get Hank Pym and Shuri up to 5 stars, you could have also unlocked Captain Britain. But as I come at this from a free-to-play release schedule, that Captain Britain unlock and the Hank Pym unlock wasn't really free-to-play unless you got very, very lucky from the Pym's Pals Orbs. So to me, for a free-to-play player, 5 characters came out in July, which meant we could have built them from 1 to 100 and we could have T4'd every single character in July based on our income. Now, the average days between releases, we also track this because we need to know this for how to work, you know, what sort of time scale we've got to work on between each release. So the average release days between free to play, or the average days between releases free to play in July was 9.68 days. In August, we are going to work off of 10.2857 days, and that is because we have had that massive gap between Hank, Pim, and Shuri. That 21 days has pushed that average up, so we're going to be working towards that 10-day average in August. And now we are going to go into our character building strategy. We have thought about our strategy. That is what we have just done earlier on in this video. We've gone over all the data that we need to come up with the strategy. So now we need to plan our strategy. And to plan our strategy, we need to come to the car showroom. And I have made a small change, done a bit of management of the strategy here for this month ahead. So anyone who has watched this video before, you would have seen that on days 6 to 10, I would have had down 2.7 million as my gold spending for those days. However, because we now know that our gold income has been so good, we are going to max the golden opportunity milestone every single day. So we're going to spend that 6 million gold every single day buying stuff from the store for Dark Dimension 7 or the latest Dark Dimension, no matter what one you're doing. If you're doing Dark Dimension 6, buy stuff for that. We're going to spend 6 million gold on that. We could work on old characters. However, with my latest strategy, I'm not really working on old characters unless they are needed for an unlock for an event. Our gold income for July was able to give us 8.5 million gold to spend daily. So well within that 6 million gold that we're saying that we're going to spend. And still we're going to get 2.5 million gold per day coming into the account and building our gold balance up. We do need to be mindful if we're building characters of those training material gold costs, 170.4 million gold. So we need to be very, very careful where that is concerned. Make sure we're building those new characters first and then building the older characters or the characters for this year, which is what I do, to make sure that we're not overspending on our training materials. So let's break down my build strategy. And I very much look at MSF like surfing. I live by the sea. I don't do a lot of surfing, but I very much look at it like surfing. So we are not chasing the waves. We are getting on a wave and staying on that wave. And then we'll go back out and pick up another wave and another wave and another wave. Now, with the Annihilators knocking on the door, that is a new wave. That is the start of a new arena meta. It is time to start planning and prepping and getting on that wave. So last month, this is what I was looking at doing. I was looking at bringing Pandapool and Deadpool and Dakin and Deathpool. So finishing my Mercs for money off and then getting Sasquatch up as soon as possible. And then I had a massive blank as to what we were going to do. And that was purely because we didn't really have any sort of releases to talk about. The Illuminati wasn't known about at that time. It was a pretty dire time of for MSF. What did I actually end up doing? Well, you'll see here that soon filled out. So I decided I'd go back, being on that wave. I would go and finish the rest of the characters from this year. So I finished off my Cabal, took Leader, Namor, and Iron Patriot up to gear tier 18 and level 95. I also went back and did Spider Slayer. Now, that is the only exception to this year's rules. And that is just because Superior 6 and Sinister 6 are so good that I think they're going to be around for a fair while. I took Star-Lord Annihilation up for Nowhere to gear tier 15 just to round that team out. They are a very old team. I wouldn't normally do that. But the rest of the time went on working on the Illuminati. So we are just literally now looking forwards. We're never looking backwards as such. The only time we are going to look at older characters now is if they become needed for a legendary event or if they get reworked. So you'll see here the older characters like Black Bolt, Mr. Fantastic and Iron Man, they all got worked on because they got the reworks for the Illuminati. Annihilator, Silver Surfer and Ultimus, we have worked on those, but also in July I started my DD7 run. That is right, I finally got enough Gear Tier 19 pieces to be able to equip the first 5 characters for Dark Dimension 7, and I do have a Dark Dimension 7/8 video coming out very soon, so keep an eye on the channel for that. Don't forget to drop a subscribe. Now, this is not me telling you how to play the game. You guys know by now my rule of thumb with this game is it is your game, you play it by your rules. You just need to set yourself up for how you play your game. So if you play your game where you are building every single character to a certain level first, whether they're old or new, you need to set your expectations as to where you're going to get within the meta, shall we say. You need to set them correctly. And let's take a look at my build strategy for this month. So beginning of August, which is already gone, I have got Silver Surfer up to a level 95 Gear Tier 18. I've then got a few days where I am going to be twiddling my thumbs so far as that's concerned. So that is all going to go into Dark Dimension 7 prep. It's going to be bringing up my Spider Society, who I'm going to be using for the city section, to even higher levels and bringing them ready to go into the city section of Dark Dimension 7. We'll then have Hank Pym come out and we'll immediately pivot to work on him so that we can get him ready for Cosmic Crucible on Sunday next week. And again, then we have this massive period of like a lull between characters. These 10 days that we're going to be waiting, 10 days to 2 weeks that we're going to be waiting for the next free-to-play character to come out. So we have Gladiator, we'll possibly have Ares in this time, and we'll probably have Gore as well. But you'll see here I've got a tentative date of the 19th of August marked for the Gladiator free-to-play event. That is purely based off of that speculation and purely based off of the patterns that we have gone through between each of the free-to-play releases. So what did you think of the strategy? Would you take it on yourself? Let me know down in the comments below what you do. Just remember, this is a game. We're here to have fun. If you're not having fun, then find a way to have fun within the game, because it is a really good game overall. That is it from me for Build Positively this month. So until next time, everyone, stay positive.